What's up, everyone? It's your boy Roman, your lovely host. And today we're here once again with the Act Out podcast. And I'm here with my awesome co host.
It's your girl Shy. Hey everyone. Last episode we were talking about us, our your two hosts, getting to know one another.
Getting to know us.
Getting to know us. I don't know why I can't speak. I'm so nervous.
You guys work with us. It's our second episode. We're a little nervous. We're
Right.
new to this. So
Right. And it's difficult because this is virtual. Like
it's virtual. If y'all don't live in
something new.
Portland right now, you know that it's snowy, it's icy out. So that's why we couldn't film this together. But we doing this virtually for
Right.
y'all.
We out here trying to do these things.
Yeah, so today, happy Valentine's Day, Cheyenne.
Happy Valentine's Day, Roman. Shout
Thank
out to all
you.
the he's, she's, they, and thems. We don't discriminate over here. Hope
Right.
you out there doing your thing,
Yeah.
blessing everybody with, little pictures and videos.
Hey. No one minds a good pic right now,
Exactly.
And
Especially nowadays.
I was talking about selfies. I don't know what you're talking about.
You know me, always talking about something else.
I guess so. Well, let's see if she keeps on the same energy talking when we get into our topic today. Today we'll be talking about relationships.
Ooh, not the relationships.
Speaking of relationship, what is your relationship status?
I am single, you know me. I'm for the
Okay.
streets.
Is she ready to
What
mingle
about
or no?
me? But to have fun, not to like get into nothing serious. Like I'm trying to have fun. I'm not out here trying to be like in love and everything.
That's what's up. That's
What,
what's up.
all right. And what about you, Roman? What's your relationship
Uh,
status?
I am currently off the market. I'm now for the streets.
All right.
I retired that. It's been over a year. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay. I see you.
I'm in a committed. People forget that nowadays. Committed relationship.
Okay,
Yeah.
are you guys monogamous?
What is that?
It doesn't mean like you guys are only having sex with each other. Like I know you said
Oh,
committed, but people could be committed but non-monogamous.
oh,
So
okay. No, you know the vibes.
yeah, we do know the
Uh,
vibe. We love to hear it. Shout out to
yeah.
my girl,
Okay,
even though we
okay.
haven't met.
We won't disclose her information.
Right, can't do that.
Y'all don't gotta know. But okay, when was the last time you were in a relationship?
Um, like over a year ago.
Over a year ago. What is your definition of a relationship?
To me, being in a relationship is being monogamous, being committed, you know, keeping it in your pants if it's not her or him or they or them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm greedy with whoever I'm dating. Some people aren't. I don't know. Like I being in a relationship, I have to be able to count on you for certain things. I don't want to per se like say money wise, but if I'm having a bad day, I feel like I should be able to come to you and like just vent to you. You should be a type of best friend to me that I know you're going to be there no matter what, even if we're on bad terms. And I feel like I should be able to trust you with my life and with me personally, my child's life, because I do have a child.
Okay.
So if I can't trust you with my child, or I feel like you wouldn't be able to care for my child like how I would want you to, then we could not be in a relationship. That's just me.
Okay. And that's on everything.
That is on everything because I don't play about my child.
That's what's up. You gotta protect your kids.
We do. Because
That's
out
what's
here,
up.
you've seen all these things on Netflix like that.
Hmm.
Those documentaries that they've been dropping, that is some scary shit.
It is some scary shit.
Right?
Okay.
Because people don't care.
They
But
don't.
right, that's a whole other topic.
That's
But
another topic for another day.
right, what
Right.
is your definition of being in a relationship?
I think my definition of being in a relationship is, like you said, being with someone. I think you can't date someone if they're not your friend to begin with. Because that goes into like if you're just having, like you said, having a bad day, you have someone to vent to and just be there for you and also support you during hard times. Even though in relationships it can be hard to support the other person because you don't know, maybe you don't know how to be there for someone. And I know I'm example of that. Sometimes I don't know how to be there for someone since I'm not really around people who go through things, so it's kind of difficult for me. um but I think also like you said, being able to just be loyal and respectful to the other person, giving showing the other person the respect that they need, which was like you said, keeping in your pants or things like that.
Right.
And also like just having a good time with that person. If you can't have a good time with that person, you shouldn't be with them. If all you do is just argue and fight when you guys are together, what is the point of being together?
Exactly. Like I be thinking the same thing. Like I don't want to be sitting here being like lovey-dovey through text, whatever, being
Hmm.
how we are. And then we're gonna see each other in person and just like you trying to go through my phone, you looking for something, I'm trying to go through your phone looking for something, somebody finds something and then boom, we're fighting. Like what is the point of it? If that's how it's gonna be, y'all need to leave each other alone. Like walk
Exactly.
away.
Do you go through phones?
No, I don't.
Okay.
And it's not even because like well, okay, I don't go through phones because in the past, when I have, I found stuff I didn't like.
Mm,
And even though it was stuff that I found while I wasn't actually dating someone, it's still not nice to see.
no.
And I feel like a lot of people don't get that. Like, oh, you can't be mad because we weren't dating, we weren't together. Accusing me, trying to flip the script on me, like, oh, you were talking to other people too, and we weren't together. Like, you true, like, I feel like that's right. You true, that's true. I can agree, but that's not something I want to see when I'm on your phone. Like, oh, Brittany texted you. Who's Brittany?
This is Brittany.
I'm not Brittany. Okay, I have another question though.
What's the other question?
What is the difference to you between being in a relationship and that talking stage? Like, I feel like everybody's definition of the talking stage is very different, yet similar.
Well, I just feel that all there is nowadays in relationships in 2021. I don't, that's one of our questions today. How does relationships look like nowadays? And I just feel like these relationships nowadays, they look like the talking stage. I feel like some people don't make it at the talking stage. Some people stay in that talking stage. And I think the talking stage, during you're talking with someone, ooh, that's a difficult question because the way I look at it, if I'm talking to you and you're the only person I'm talking to, it should be the same, it should be like the same thing.
Right,
But also, I feel like there needs to be a conversation if you guys are in that talking stage, like, oh, are we together? Like,
right.
am I just seeing,
Communication.
yeah, just communication. And I feel like that's why there is misunderstandings because people don't communicate. And that is like, you guys need to communicate about what is actually going on. Like, if I'm being together with you, and especially if you're being intimate with that person, is it just me or is there someone else? Are you doing it with somebody else? Because it's just even for my safety or anybody else's safety, you know?
Right,
So I
exactly.
think, but I also think that during the talking stage, you're not as entitled to certain things if you were in a relationship. What I mean by that, I feel like in a relationship, you're being committed to that person and you have to kind of explain yourself even though you don't have to, but like let's say like, oh, you went to a party or something, and you would tell whoever you're dating in the relationship, you'd be like, hey, I went to a party and I'm going to the party. But I feel like if you're in the talking stage, you don't have to say that information because you guys are not dating. And I feel like only someone who you're committed to at the time, you just,
To know your whereabouts.
yeah, but
Okay.
not during the talking stage.
Yeah, that's valid. I agree. People be tripping out here for no reason. That's so funny.
And then you know what's the worst? When they don't know that you're just talking to them.
Right, like they're on a whole other level than you are. Like, how did you get there without me getting there and like without my knowledge and like without that talk? Like it's like you said, it's all about that talk.
It's
But with that talk comes with people's perceptions. Like, how are they gonna take that? How are they gonna take this information and can they handle that information and that conversation alone? Like you could talk about it, but if they're not gonna hear you out, they're not gonna listen, they're just gonna be no, 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 like you're wrong, whatever. That's not what I want. That's what you want. But they're gonna stay even though that they know that that's not what you want. What do you do? Like how does that even work?
I don't
It
know,
boggles my mind.
and that's what I mean by people don't make it at the talking stage because
Right. And I also feel like with that talking stage, I feel like people be zooming through that shit. Like, boom, you start talking to somebody. Next thing you know, it's been a week and it's nice. Okay, whatever. We trying to see how it's gonna go.
Hmm.
Week two comes and you're like, okay, this is consistent enough, or it's been consistent enough. And by the time it's like 3 weeks, 4 weeks in, you guys are calling each other babe, calling each other boo, hanging out and calling it dates. Like, you taking me to the mall is not a date. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. So let's talk about it. What is a date to you?
A date to me is, it doesn't, to me personally, it doesn't matter if we're gonna meet up somewhere or you're gonna come pick me up or I'm gonna come pick you up. It doesn't matter. But a date to me is we're gonna go out and we're gonna sit down and talk to each other. Like, I guess the movies is an exception where you're not gonna do as much talking because we went there to watch a movie, not to talk. But
Hmm.
like going out to brunch, dinner, breakfast, lunch, even just for like coffee, like you want to go to Starbucks, like let's go to Starbucks. Or you want to walk to Dutch, let's walk to Dutch. But
So anything that
going,
involves food.
yeah. Well, I don't know. That's just me because if I go to the mall with someone, that's not a date. That's
Okay.
me going about my day doing some shopping. I'm gonna go get some boba.
Because
Um,
I feel like when you're at the mall, because that used to be the thing back in the day. Oh, let's go to the mall, but like you're not really like communicating.
yeah,
You're seeing what's around, what's on sale, and things like that, and you're seeing other people
right.
while
And it's awkward
yeah, and like
because it depends who you see.
you can't be talking about are we gonna get at this talking stage if you at the mall.
Exactly, because there's too many people. Like you can say that about a restaurant too, sure, yeah, but you
It's
have your
different.
own little private section, like to sit
Exactly.
down and to talk. When you're
Hmm.
at the mall, um, for example, if I go to the mall and I'm on a date and I see Roman,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna go out of my
Hey,
way to say hi to my friend. I'm not just
exactly.
and I'm gonna introduce the person I'm with, but
How do
you
you
never know how
introduce
that
them?
person's gonna feel.
How do you introduce them?
You see, and that's another thing. How do you? Oh, because people be getting butthurt, like so butthurt, talking about, oh, I'm your friend. You're not my boyfriend, so yeah, you're my friend.
I can give
I don't.
a funny story time. So one time, me and my girlfriend were at the tree at the downtown. You know the
Oh
tree,
yeah,
uh-huh.
yeah.
And I ran into my family. I ran into my cousins and my aunt. And I'm like, fuck. I was just like, oh damn. And like we were still not dating. We were in, I guess you can say, in the talking stage. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, how am I gonna introduce her? How is this gonna go down? So I kind of already knew she was gonna be my girlfriend. So I was like, this I was like, fuck it. So we ran into each other, and then I was like, "Oh, this is my girlfriend." And then they were like, and then she kind of was like, and
It's
then
just like, oh
so
my god, he dropped the G word.
right. So I think everyone was shocked. I was shocked. I think everybody was shocked. That's funny, but that's always funny when you're talking to someone and you don't really know where it's going, and you're just like, "Oh, that's my friend,"
Right,
and
and it's like I feel like
it's
it's scary
awkward,
because you never know how they're gonna react. Like, imagine you called your girlfriend, and she gonna be, I'm not
right?
your girlfriend. Like,
Right.
how would you feel?
What about she would have done that to me? All types of bad.
And it's just you never know because it's like, oh, imagine if she would have called you out right then and there. Like, we never had that talk. I didn't know it was the girlfriend. Like,
Right,
that's
right.
mad embarrassing. Like,
That is embarrassing.
or what if she just reacted in a bad way after? Like, she kept it cool, waited till you guys were in private and were like, don't call me your girlfriend. Like, how? What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, like, are you
Uh-uh.
guys still talking at that point, or what happened? What happens?
Exactly. Like, is that from then on? Like, that's you asking her out, just telling
Right,
someone that you're her girlfriend or she's your girlfriend.
right. So when you're in a relationship, what do you want to get out of a relationship? What is the point of being in a relationship?
I feel like that was part of what is a relationship
Mm.
to us. To me, what I want out of a relationship is just, again, to have someone there, but in an intimate way, because it's not like I can go live with a friend, come home, and just expect to do some couple things with that friend. Like, there's just boundaries, lines that you can't cross.
Right, understandable.
Um, yeah. But what I want out of a relationship is just someone to build with, and I feel like not a lot of people understand what they themselves mean by that. But me personally, it's like, let's build our credit scores, let's
Oh,
build
for
our bank
sure.
accounts, right? Like, stack up. What else are we gonna do? Especially now in this pandemic, like, I feel like finding a job is hard enough because of everything, because you never really know who's going to be positive or not with that coronavirus shit unless they take a test. And that's if your job even requires you to take a test. And most of them don't, which is scary.
That is scary. But
Because you're putting
I can say me and Miss Cheyenne are COVID negative. We don't fuck with the
COVID
COVID.
free. Never. I will show you my bill of health.
It's like, do I need to go get my test?
Right. Like, I have a screenshot. Don't worry. I emailed it to my boss. Mm-mm.
But COVID is gonna be another topic. But back to what you were saying. Yeah, I agree. I feel like you need to grow together. I feel like if you don't grow from a relationship, that relationship was not good.
Yeah, it's not, because at one point or another, you're going to feel stuck or you're going to feel left behind. Like, I don't know. I know people our age who are in school and not working, or in school and working, or they're not in school but they're working. And I feel like some of those people, they try to like, oh, I'm doing better because I didn't have to go to school at all and I'm getting paid better than you. And I feel like there's people out there who's like, oh, I'm only going to school, so I'm gonna come up on top because I'm only going to school. I don't have to worry about that.
Hmm.
I feel like ages 18 through 24, and I feel like that's a big gap. That's like 6 years. But I feel like people ages 18 to 24, we don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Honestly, no. Sorry,
We
guys.
don't.
I cannot have chap lips.
I mean, I was trying to ignore that, so let me just let him do his thing.
Yeah,
But
I agree with that. I feel like even in a relationship at that age, we really know what we're doing?
we don't, because
Because
it's
like,
like, if you get into a relationship in high school and then you guys make it out of high school, okay, yay, you made it out of high school. But what happens if one person is going to college and the other one isn't? Or you're both going to college and it's both out of state, or one is out of state? Like, what do you do then?
break
Because
up.
it's
We
right.
don't make it.
But there'll be
Everyone,
there'll be
everyone.
these people who try to make it, and for what? Like, let each other go at this point. That's
Do they
embarrassing.
not know in the back of their head they're not gonna make it? Because I know. Like, do I need to tell them? Because I know they're not gonna make it.
Right. Like, we could tell you, just hop on here and give us a phone call. I'm gonna tell you, drop it. Drop that motherfucker. Like
No,
that
for real. Because
TikTok said.
not the TikTok. But
Mhm.
what is your experiences with relationships? What has been the experience? Oh,
I'm not even gonna lie. All of my relationships have ended pretty badly. Or
okay.
they're just, I don't know. I don't want to say badly, badly, but it's just never in a good mutual way. Like, it's always like this big blowout.
Hmm.
Um, I know this probably doesn't even count, but I remember, like, first real boyfriend, I was in like eighth grade, and I lived in Vegas at the time.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a year older than me. Yeah, I ended up cheating on the dude. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. To
I
me,
mean,
I
she's in
didn't even
eighth
know we were
grade.
dating. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
When
I'm
you're in
over here
eighth
trying
grade,
to pass my math.
you're like 13, 12.
Yeah, you're like 13, like
Who
12
knows what
turning
a
13.
relationship is at that time?
Exactly. Like, how do you even know what love is? Because I remember this guy, I don't want to say his name,
No
but
name,
we
no name
started
dropping.
dating. Right. We met at my stepdad's house. It's so weird, but we met at my stepdad's house. We hooked up, whatever, nasty, I know, I'm only in eighth grade. But he added me on Facebook the next day.
Uh huh.
And then he's talking to this girl who, in some way, she's my cousin. So they're talking. And she's like the messenger. She's the middleman. Oh, he likes you. He wants to date you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I don't even know him.
Right.
And I was like, but I felt bad. So I was like, okay, whatever. Like, tell him to add me on Facebook. So he has me on Facebook. He asked me to be his girlfriend through Messenger. I
Hey,
said, okay, whatever. We're gonna do whatever we're gonna do. 3 days later, he gonna tell me he left me.
3 days.
3 days. Like, and I didn't know what to do. My mom didn't even know I was talking to this boy.
Maybe it was love at first sight.
See, but what is that? Like, I don't know. I feel like I haven't experienced that, so I can't really be like, oh yeah, maybe it was that. But
Yeah.
what is that?
I don't know. Make it make
Right.
sense.
So
Help us make it make sense.
right. How do you no, meet somebody and 3 days later you're in love.
Well, I know there's people who like who that has like I've heard like rare stories where that has happened, like love at first sight. Like think about the Titanic. These people met each other a couple days, and you was already ready to die for this person. I'm confused. Like,
Are you talking about Jack?
yeah, Jack and Rose. I'm so confused. How do you love someone like that?
Uh, Honestly, I have no idea.
I feel like it
I
takes time.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like I want to say the two people I've actually really like ever been in love with or fallen in love with.
Mhm.
It took time, and even to fall out of love or get over them, I feel like it took time. It's how does that happen? For me, it didn't happen in 3 days. That's all I know. But I just want like, how does that try to make it make sense in my head? Like that this boy really loved me after 72 hours of knowing that I even existed. How to
I I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, but what about you? I feel like I've been doing all the talking. What do you want out of a relationship? Like what benefits are there?
I think what I would want out of a relationship is just that someone who can be there to support me and me support them in any like opportunities I want to take. Also just someone to motivate you, because sometimes you have those days where you're not motivated, and I feel like you have someone like being there for you, like no, like when you don't want to get out of bed, I feel like that person should like motivate you to be like, you know what, like I know it can be hard, but just go do what you got to do.
Right.
Like even with this podcast, like my girlfriend doesn't know the whole thing of it all. She doesn't know because it's something that we've been keeping low key, like we have said in the first episode. Like it's we've been working on this since August, and she didn't know the whole time until like a couple of days ago. I think it was yesterday, which is February 13th, that I told her like, oh, like I have something coming out, and just nobody knows. And but she didn't know what it was, but she was still like, hey, like I support you, like I hope everything's good, like I know what you put your mind on, you can do it. And I was telling her how I was nervous to come back because I did take a break from being on social media and things like that. So it was like me coming back, and she was supportive with all that. She was like, it's okay. Like the people have reacted positive before, like with my YouTube channel. So she was like, why wouldn't they take this good either? And I told her, that's right. She made me look things differently. So I feel like you should also always have that person, and also to tell you when you're wrong. Like, oh, like that's just not cool. And I feel like that's how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to check each other in order for yourself to grow. And I feel like it goes back to what I said. If you don't grow from a relationship, what were you guys doing?
Wasting time. And I
Like,
know we're young. I know we have all the time right now, but do you
do
really
we?
want to waste time? Exactly. Do we? We're in the middle of a fucking pandemic that's been going on for almost a year already. Who
It's
knows
about
what's
to be a
gonna happen?
year.
Yeah, next month, a couple weeks.
Uh,
That's tragic.
how do you think how is dating during a pandemic?
Oh, it's tragic. Story time. So literally March 2020, like I hung out with this guy. I only remember because it was my mom's birthday, and then the next day I hung out with this guy. And I had met him at a party like a month before that. So he comes over here, to the numbers. We're
Shout out
kicking
to the
it.
numbers.
We love the numbers. But yeah, he comes out to the numbers and he lives, I don't want to say exactly where he lived, but he
Yeah,
lived in the
don't
city. He
he
lived
lives
in the
somewhere.
city.
Uh-huh.
Right, somewhere in the city. But yeah, and again, that shit was rushed right off the bat. Like, I get flirting with someone, I get wanting someone to know like, oh, I think you're really attractive, like you're bomb, you're hot as fuck, like you're bad, whatever you tell these females these days, because I can't keep up. But he was telling me all that and more, and so I was like, okay, whatever, like I'll give you the time of the day. Instantly, boom, do you want to FaceTime? To me that's weird. Like, we're not even going to start off like texting through iMessage first, we're just going to go straight from Snapchat to like FaceTime. And then I don't know. To me, it was attractive how consistent he was. Like, I really want to see you. I'm gonna take you out. Blah blah
Mhm.
blah. Because I don't know. I feel like nowadays people are just like, "Oh, you're bad. Let's go out." But then it's because you posted like that bomb ass picture on a
Right.
Wednesday. It's Friday. They don't want nothing to do with you no more. Like, they're
You
on to the
probably
next.
you probably had that picture from like last year, and you finally posted it, and then
Right.
like I don't even look like that no more.
Exactly. I'm fat now. Surprise. But yeah, I don't know. I thought we hit it off. We ended up kissing, and to him, this was a date. And I was like, no, because all we did was sit in my car and you blasted your music that I didn't even enjoy listening to. I was like, this is not a date to me. Like,
You said
this
this
is
is
us hanging out.
you said this is a regular evening.
Right. This is a regular little hangout, but you just somebody random who pulled up to the numbers. Like, but whatever. So, we made plans to hang out again and it went through.
Hmm.
Um, and this was all literally as soon as this pandemic started, like that's when we started like talking. Um, and
How
again,
long?
like I
How
said
long did
earlier,
this last?
like 3 months.
Oh, okay. So it got you through.
See, like
It got you through the spring.
as soon as it hit summer, bro,
She
took my
said,
ass back to the
"Go
streets.
back to the streets. Future would be proud."
Yeah. Shout out to my boy, the vibes. But yeah, and with the whole thing, I knew we weren't dating. So I never crossed any dating boundaries, I guess.
Hmm. But
But
did
what was
he think you guys were dating?
no, he knew. See, we both knew we were just talking,
Okay.
but he acted like we were dating. And when I would check him about that, I know, blah, blah, blah. It was just weird because, I have a child. And
Hmm.
after I had broken up with my last person, he was the first person that I actually gave attention to, whatever, got to know like
Hmm.
that. And I can't even say that I really got to know him because I only know his first and last name and what his favorite color is. That's all I could tell you about the dude.
So he wasn't
You know how sad
memorable.
that is? No. And like, I don't know, bro. It's just weird. Like dating in a pandemic, dating like being a single mom, dating
Mhm.
after having a kid, after being in like a 4-year relationship, everything is different. I feel like I've been out the game for too long. I don't know what
Okay.
I'm doing half the time. It's just weird. And then throwing in a pandemic where you're supposed to be in your house and wearing a mask and having hand sanitizer in your purse and in your
Hey,
pockets.
shout out to
Like,
all shout out to all those regulations.
I'm gone. Because y'all be scaring me with the little coughs.
Oh, I hear a cough. I'd be like, oh, dodging Matrix.
Man, man. And I be feeling so dramatic sometimes though, because I be in public having like a little or
Oh,
like a chew, like a little sneeze. People be looking at me like I'm gonna kill them.
no,
And
that
I'm like, right, like, chill out, Karen. I'm
right.
a sneeze, like something tickled my nose hairs, relax.
Yeah, but
Oh
everyone I
no.
know who's been like dating in the pandemic, all I hear from all my friends lately is Tinder. I heard like everyone's on Tinder, everyone's swiping left and
Chispa.
right, and I'm just like, how do you not get scared? You're gonna get snatched up. Like I
Yes.
don't like I that's so different to me. Maybe because the way I met my girlfriend was like we actually met and it wasn't through a phone. So it's so weird how people are actually dating
You
people
knew
like
you were
that.
being catfished.
Exactly. And during like Tinder,
Yeah,
you might
Tinder.
like okay, what if you meet the person, okay? It's going good through text, blah blah blah. Then you meet up with them and then it's trash. Like they're not the same. They might not even look the same. Like how is that? Like you just ghost them or do you unmatch or how does this go?
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. I have a Tinder, I have a Chispa, but even when I match with someone, I don't even text these people. Like if they text me, yeah, I'll like start a little conversation, keep it going until they don't reply. And I don't take it up to ask. I don't really care. But yeah, I've matched with people who want to get to know me first and like add me on social media to verify my identity and like the
Mhm.
way that I look and stuff like that. Um, I've had people and they're like, "Oh yeah, like what are you doing tonight? Like let's meet up here at Vista Point House or whatever the hell it's called." I'm like,
I just met you.
"No." Right. And I told him, "B, I feel like we should have a conversation first." And then here they are trying to rush through this conversation just to hang out. And I'm like, "Bro, I suggested a conversation. That doesn't mean I'm suggesting that we're actually really going to meet. Like, I don't want to meet you. That's scary." And I feel like
And
especially being a girl is
oh,
different.
especially I feel like especially for women, like I feel like even though okay like it could be nervous for a man who's taking it serious like it's serious, but I feel like
Mhm.
there's more pressure when it comes to women being on these dating sites because of all the things we hear in the media that has happened, like women getting snatched up, getting raped, killed.
Right.
Um, so I feel like it has more pressure on women than men.
Right. And I feel like there all these dating apps and everything, I feel like all the pressure really will always be on women because even though it's the guy who's like, oh yeah, initiating like the hangout and like the pickup and the drop off and the times, it's like it's still the girl who has to go and then do I give my address to this person? Do I give them a
Exactly.
nearby park? Like what location do I give them, so they don't find out where I actually live if I don't feel comfortable with that? And then even if they're not getting picked up, like somebody's gonna give you their addy. Like, do I really want to pull up to this person's house and who knows if he lives alone, if he lives with roommates, if he
If
lives
I
with
make it
family?
out
Like
of there.
exactly. Like if I go in, am I gonna see it? Am I gonna come back outside? Like, am I gonna see this fucking tree again? Who, you never know.
Exactly. And I feel like that has to tie it all ties back to dating in this day and age. Like I feel like dating has been something so easy to do now. It's you have so much access to do it because I remember I mean I think old, I'm only 21. But like actually meeting someone. Like you go to school with them, you're just like blah 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 blah. Oh, I'm gonna see you in math class, and then you start going from there. Then you start dating. But nowadays, it's oh swipe right. Okay, let's go. And you're just
Right.
like,
And you
wait a
know the thing that's
second.
really scary too is that on all of these apps, it tells you how far away this person is located. Like, why do I need to know that Josue is point 0.5 miles away from me? I don't need to know that. He don't
Shout out
need
to
to know that I'm
Josue.
point 0.5. You're right. I don't even know who that is, just
Who
a
that
random
be?
name, but that's my clown. No, I'm kidding. But it's just I don't understand. Like people, this technology shit is just too advanced. I feel like, especially for the dating scene, like because with all this easy access comes easy access to all these fucking weirdos who will catfish you and like try to do all this crazy shit to you that we've been
Scam
talking about.
you.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what's your cash app? Next thing you know, girl, your bank account is broken.
It's
It's
like,
gone.
why do you want my cash app? You don't want my favorite
Right? Or
color?
like exactly. Ask me my favorite color. Like,
And
what does my cash
and
app
I
have to do with it?
feel
Like,
that people are losing that. I feel like people are losing those minor details nowadays. I feel like everything's so quick, so fast. And that's why it's
exactly.
so quick, so fast. That's why your relationship or talking scene does not make it far
Right. The
because it's so
fuse is
fast.
out.
Because you wear
It's
each
literal.
other out. You like all of a sudden, boom, you guys hook up, and then like so many things happen all out within like 3 months, and then what is left?
Nothing. See, and I
There's
agree
no
with you
more
because
interest.
that's exactly because that story time that I was telling you about, that's exactly what happened, bro. I'm telling you, he knew these so-called boundaries. And I can't say anything because my dumbass, I would stay over at his house every weekend. I
Uh-huh.
was around his family. It was to the point where his baby brother wanted me to adopt him. Like he was like, "Oh yeah, China, when my mom dies, like, are you gonna be my new mom? Are you gonna adopt me? Like, are you gonna come live with me and my brothers?" And I'm like, "What? Like I've
But
only
I
been here for
feel
3 weeks."
that you were on a different mentality than he was. I feel like he was on the quick, and you're like just going along with the flow.
That yeah, that's me. I go along with the flow. I don't really say shit.
And that's another thing that what happens in dating. I feel like sometimes, or I mostly notice it in women, are scared to tell these dudes no.
And I feel like part of the reason is because these women don't want to lose that interest. They don't want that guy to lose the interest that they have in them now. So it's like, why not just go with the flow? But in the end, I feel like overall, everybody's gonna lose interest. But if you really love somebody, if you really cared for them, then even if you lose that interest, I don't know, maybe trying to be wise and shit, like
Within
you gonna
three
put up
months,
with
you
it.
love someone.
No, no, I'm just talking about in general.
Oh, okay,
He
okay.
said, he said 3 days to 3 months are really. I was like, why are you looking at me like this? Why are you coming for me?
Oh shit.
Oh no, that was tragic. But I don't know. Again, at the same time, it depends on the person. It depends on the girl. It depends on the guy.
And they
Depends.
them,
Yes, they, them, he, she.
all of the
Shout
above.
out to all the non-binaries.
Hmm.
Yes, all of the above. Um, it just depends on the person, your partner, and you,
Do
because
you
you could be go with the flow, but maybe they don't want you to go with the flow. Maybe they're rushing things because they want you to leave.
right? Speaking of leaving, um, do you feel like there you have a feeling when you know your relationship is gonna end? Because
Yes.
it's because I asked that because I haven't been in a relationship. This is my first relationship, so I feel like you don't. I feel like, is there a feeling like you're like, oh, like this is going south, or like, because like there's been times where we have problems, but I never feel like, oh, it's the end.
See, that's different. I feel like, well, with me, because I was in like almost a 4-year relationship, I knew when it was over because at a certain point, I stopped caring. Um, I had love for him, probably still do have love for like care for the dude. Still don't want anything to happen to him. But I don't know. I knew it was over because we stopped. It was the little things. I came home, there was no food, dishes everywhere.
No food.
Um, right. He came home, no food. The dishes were clean, but there was no food.
Mm.
Um, it was
Can't
things
dirty up
like
the
going
dishes with no food.
exactly like he would do me so dirty. I had to come home from a 12-hour shift and bust out, do the dishes, then take my ass to sleep. I'm like, what the fuck? You was home all day.
Right.
But it's little things like that. We stopped talking. We never asked each other how our days were. How'd you sleep last night? How late did the baby stay up? Like, what time did he let you fall asleep? What do you want for breakfast? And it's like little things like knowing, like, oh yeah, I know on Saturdays I used to always make him fried rice, but this Saturday I'm not gonna make it. I know he noticed little things like that, like, damn, this bitch is not gonna make me my fried rice.
Right.
I didn't. Um, you just know because like I don't know. I don't know how to really word it that well, but
It's something you feel though. It's something. It's you know it's
yeah,
coming.
yeah, and it hurts. Like I would tell you, it does hurt, whether or not people want to admit it. Certain people, knowing like, damn, after all this time, like this is it. This is what I put all this effort and this love and sometimes even money into it. Cause yeah, you spending money on
Oh,
somebody.
definitely. In relationships, there is money involved. Definitely.
Exactly.
Like you
And I
don't
feel like
have to.
money
What about
becomes
money?
an issue.
You think money becomes an issue?
Yes.
Why?
I can vouch for that big time because okay, um when I had my son, I was a stay-at-home mom for almost a year. And his dad, he was working part-time and he was going to school full-time. It was hard sometimes, like,
Because you had to
oh,
depend on the other person.
yeah, for me, it's because I had to depend on the other person. But I feel like for him, it was because he had to take care of me.
Mm-hmm.
Like he had himself and two other mouths to feed. That's just the way I
Okay.
look at it. Like I can imagine that that's stressful on a full-time freshman in college working a
Mm-hmm.
part-time job. It's hard. And me being a stay-at-home mom, there's times where even though I'm just gonna stay home, it's like, dude, you can carry the baby, you can change his diaper, you can make the bottle, you can stay up with him because even though I was at home all day, I'm tired. It's because it's
Right.
hard. And it was little shit like that that I feel like really pissed one another off. Like,
Mm.
oh, you don't want to stay up, then why are you here? Go to work if you don't want to be here. Go to school. And
Right.
it's just stuff like that. Like you don't care if they're mad anymore or if they're not. Like if you're gonna go to bed mad, peace out, Girl Scout, because I'm gonna go to bed mad too. Like I don't
So okay.
care.
So like you just there's just no more. There's no more trying to work it out. It's just you mad.
It is
Okay,
what
you
it
mad.
is.
Oh, it is
Exactly.
what
There's
it
the
is.
communication stopped. Yet
Okay.
do you? That's just
Okay.
how it was.
But I feel like what I mean by money, I think what I meant by money is just like definitely what you said is valid, but like being in a relationship can get kind of expensive sometimes. Like
All them eating out.
eating out, it gets expensive after a while,
Mhm.
but it's still good.
It
um,
is.
but I feel like sometimes you had to be honest with that person. Hey, like, I don't got it this week. Let's make something, or let's just go get Dutch. It doesn't always have to be that, but I feel like you should have the confidence and be comfortable enough to tell that to your partner. Be like, hey, I don't got it like that right now. Can we share the tab? Can we share something? Can we make something? It's just things like that. Or let's say like you couldn't get them a nice Valentine's gift. Make something. Arts and craft. Take it back to second grade. Make some shit.
Right, or like something intimate, like a literally like a movie night, not no Netflix and chill. Like, we're gonna watch the little opening title shit and then get straight to banging. But like, make her some food, make her favorite fucking pizza rolls. Like, I don't know, it
Do
doesn't have
something.
to be about money. Exactly.
Exactly.
Y'all
Make
could
it
stay
fun.
home and have a arts and craft night, like you said, like fucking paint each other or something. Paint her vagina, paint his penis.
Something, right?
Exactly.
Get
It
creative
just
with
has
it.
to be fun.
For sure. For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Like
I
them
think
little TikTok trends.
right. Yeah, I agree. So we would really want to get your guys's um like just response and experience with your relationship. So don't be shy to comment on our Instagram. That is Act Out Podcast. It's actually Act Out period podcast.
Podcast.
So
Yeah.
don't forget to follow us there. Um, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's gonna be under my YouTube channel, so go there. You can listen to us on Apple, and you can listen to us on Spotify. So don't forget to find us there. And we just
And
want to know,
SoundCloud.
and SoundCloud. Shout out to Cheyenne for remember
Yeah.
the SoundCloud. And we just want to hear, what is your experience relationship. If you're in one, let us know. If you're not in one, and if you want to be in one, also let us know how you feel about that, because I know that dating is hard. Being in a relationship is hard. It's in general, or even trying to get in a relationship is hard. So let us know. Is there anything you want to say to them, Cheyenne, before we wrap up here?
Just don't be shy, whether it's commenting like we said, because we can always come back to this segment in a later episode and
Mhm.
even put your input in and have you guys featured in some type of way in our episodes, just to show you guys that we do appreciate your support and the love that you're showing. Um, that's all that I have right now.
Yeah, and the reason why we didn't get any questions or any interaction from you guys was because this is still unannounced, and we're still working and just recording episodes for when we do announce. We have things to post, so don't forget that we are here for you guys. This is for you guys to relate, because like we talked in our first episode, we're here for people to relate to us, because I feel like there is not somewhere where people can go to relate, especially young people. So this is
Right.
for you
Or
guys.
something to laugh about, something to,
Something
it's
to
like, okay,
laugh
I
about.
know that these motherfuckers gonna have me laughing, so let me just put these in my headphones. Like, just
Definitely.
laugh,
You
have
can,
fun with it. It
you
doesn't
can
have to
be
be anything serious.
learning and laughing at the same time. Because honestly, what we're
Exactly.
saying is it's like something to learn about, something to be like, oh, okay, like that makes sense. It's a new point of view, a new perspective.
Exactly, because I feel like a lot of the people on social media, like all of the old timers, they're always complaining about the millennials or the Gen Z and like trying to talk down on us. Like, I feel like this podcast is for us because it's us. We're part of this generation. We're part of the millennials and the Gen Z. So in a way, we understand whether or not we actually went through the same exact situation as each and any one of you. It's just
Exactly.
something to relate to, and you're gonna come here and be okay, like, I remember when that happened to me, or yeah, what if that happens to me? Like, you have some two different point of views, and I feel like it makes it better because you're a guy, I'm a girl.
For
I don't
sure.
know, I feel like sometimes we know what the hell we talking about.
For sure, for sure. So we want to say thank you once again. And that is it for today's episode. I want to thank Cheyenne for doing this remotely, because we didn't want to have struggle with doing
Right.
this out in person. So thank you guys. Don't forget to follow our Instagram. Go listen to us on Apple and Spotify and SoundCloud. And thank you from me.
Thank you guys, and we'll see you guys on the next episode,
All
hopefully.
right. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.